Welcome back to Let's Play Quake 4. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'd like to start the second session of a Let's Play by showing you what happens when I load the game, but I feel like it's nothing we haven't seen before. Well, that's nice. I guess this game was released in the days before people got used to Steam auto-updating everything. Yep, loading bar, and then we're here. And I still had to skip most of it because,
Activate the torso batteries.
well, shout out to Totally Scrooge for leaving a comment informing me that this is one of those games that loads faster when you're not recording footage of it.
Cycle up navigation systems.
All walkers for Bison Squad will need to be pre-prepped by 04.
So we're here in the starship Hannibal.
Easy. Little left. Back, and stop. Okay, so what's the problem with this beast?
The back shield's cut out.
Run a diagnostic on the primary emitter.
This is so cool.
Primary emitter is in the green.
So try the secondary emitters.
Oh, I think that's actually where I'm going. No, that...
Look at this, would you? The MBLBs weren't built for this kind of punishment.
Report to the main office immediately.
Okay.
MBLBs.
What if the Strogg got that can do this kind of damage?
Oh, you have no idea, buddy.
Cycle up navigation systems.
On that exact note, I went and looked it up. Beta-class gladiators. Well, first, Beta-class enemies appeared in The Reckoning. Ground Zero mostly used, brand new enemies. Not that I'm slagging on the design of The Reckoning, I'm just saying there's a point of difference between them. I looked it up, and Beta-class gladiators have a phalanx cannon instead of a railgun, which was sort of a miniature rocket launcher that you could get in The Reckoning.
Activate the torso batteries.
Which is most notable for being double-barreled and shooting two little rockets at the same time.
Diagnostic on the primary emitter.
So it had a higher output and lower individual damage.
Okay, Marine. Time to kill anything that's not you.
Flooding chamber with trichlorite and septazine. Chamber at maximum saturation.
I wonder if it's safe to breathe this.
Purging chamber. Decontamination cycle complete.
You're clean. Come on through.
Thank you.
How's it been?
Couple of sightings. Other than that, it's been quiet as a graveyard.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Private Mark Lorenzi, please report to Medical Bay 3.
Can I pause this game without going to the menu? Where's the pause key on my keyboard? No. Keep fingers away from moving ammunition belts. Oh, these are turrets! Yeah, I didn't think so.
I'm sorry, sir, but you don't have clearance to enter the gun pods.
That's alright. No? Fair enough. But the real thing that made the Beta-class gladiator such a bitch was that, well, a standard gladiator has 400 health. In terms of the numbers they used to determine everything. For comparison, one phalanx rocket, of the two it fires at a time, does 100 damage, so. A Beta gladiator has 1,700 health. I seem to remember them having energy shields. So they get a much more powerful weapon, and they just Well, they have enough health to almost qualify as a boss. No? Okay.
Heard the mechanics are prepping 4 heavy trucks.
So what does that mean?
Not sure. But with that many trucks, HQ's planning something.
Road trip.
I heard the Strogg attacked Earth because it's a strategic location. From our planet, they'd be able to get at dozens of other civilizations.
There are dozens of other civilizations. Do we not have any allies?
Can't talk right now.
I mean, we are kind of assholes, to be fair.
Damn it, that hurt! I told you these systems are finicky.
These systems are ancient.
Tell me about it. My grandfather served on this ship right out of boot camp.
Think they'd retire the old girl. Well, old or not, we gotta fix her.
Oh, that's actually the bridge.
But a Strogg unit is headed directly for Cougar
Memorial
Squad.
services for Colonel Westmore will be held at
And they're all dead
800
men.
hours.
Richard's out.
Man. Well, I also learned that, I'm gonna give the disclaimer that I don't know if I'm learning this for the first time, or if I just totally forgot about it, but there was a beta class version of the Iron Maiden that fired heat-seeking missiles. Or, you know, missiles that tracked me anyway.
Say again, Hyena Squad.
My team is pinned down by heavy fire. I'm requesting an artillery strike on a Strogg bunker.
I will relay your request to tactical. 1 moment.
So I don't know if, yeah, they have the same amount of health and they just have missiles that seek. So I don't know if I just didn't notice them or if they were so unimpressive that I forgot about them in the intervening time, but either way, not that impressive a change.
Bison Squad, report to Walker Deck 2 immediately.
Is this not where I'm going? It seems like the right place.
Private Looms, GPS has located you.
Great. So where's my squad located?
They are 3 clicks northeast of your current position.
Okay, let them know I'm on my way.
Affirmative.
Thanks for the help. Looms out.
Can't talk right now.
Understandable.
Sorry, buddy. I'm a little busy.
Corporal, I'm a little preoccupied at the moment.
Just gonna take a screenshot of this because this seems important. Damn it, it's not duplicated on the other side. Well. Oh no, they all just say analysis. Shit. Well. Oh well. What the fuck is with this console? Is this where you put the people who've pissed you off, or? It's practically like working in a closet.
Private Mark Lorenzi, please report to Medical Bay 3.
With a big, you know, canister there and these wires. Actually, that reminds me, this cable here is a tripping hazard. I hate to think that safety protocols have gotten even more lax in the future.
Do you see? It's just as I predicted.
Indeed. The nanites infesting the muscle are repairing the tissue even after it's separated from the body.
Gross.
It won't work, Jacobson. The exoskeleton is hardened tribinium.
Nonsense. These saws cut through marine body armor. Should have no
Look at
trouble
this.
with this Strogg metal.
And this.
Why would they do that?
The procedure for attaching the implants is evidently quite traumatic. The subject must be kept alive by a combination of steroids and health packs.
Okay, I loaded my game because I wanted to hear both of those conversations, and not at the same time. I then discovered 2 things.
Able to send or receive signals in that area due to Strogg interference.
But a Strogg unit is headed directly for Cougar Squad.
Sorry, there's nothing we can do, Corporal.
Report to
And they're all dead men. Richard's out.
First was that we missed half of that conversation, so it's not as nihilistic as it seemed. And second, this door opens. Gotta be careful not to go into the briefing room.
Corporal, I'm a little preoccupied at the moment.
So the Macron's dead, eh? The Marine who iced that squib deserves a chest full of medals and a year's R&R.
Fuck yeah, let him go home and hang out with his family at the barbecue with a cigar in his mouth and a beer in his hand. If that's what he's into.
Hey, you're Matthew Kane, aren't you?
No way.
I saw you when they brought you back from Space Station Armstrong. You looked like you'd been mauled by a dozen pit bulls.
I thought Matthew Kane was just a story they made up to scare recruits.
No, he's real. And he's standing right in front of us.
That's awesome.
So you're really him, huh? Can you say what happened to the rest of your squad on that space station?
I'm afraid not. I'm a silent protagonist. Sorry.
You don't remember me, do you? I was one of the orderlies at the hospital when they wheeled you in from Armstrong. You heard the Macron was killed, right? You know, the leader of the Strogg?
I thought it was Macron, but okay. Works for me. Oh, there is something there. I thought he was just staring off into space. Oh, he's asleep? Let's just, not wake him up.
On Venus, the city of Portsmouth is scheduled to have temperatures...
Just heard we're moving up to the front. Our whole platoon is being mobilized.
Must be some major offensive in the works. They're getting all kinds of mechanized infantry prepped in the Walker base.
I got a real bad feeling about this one.
Oh, you get a real bad feeling all the time. Hey, you're the Matthew Kane I heard about back on the Hannibal, aren't you?
I thought this was the Hannibal.
Do you see? It's just as I predicted.
Indeed. The nanites infesting...
Okay, it looks like already did the thing. So I'm going to approach from the other angle. Oh, wait.
Just heard we're moving up to the front. Our whole platoon is being mobilized.
Must be some major offensive in the works. They're getting all kinds of mechanized infantry prepped in the Walker base.
I got a real bad feeling about this one.
Oh, you get a real bad feeling all the time. Hey, you're the Matthew Kane I heard about back on the Hannibal, aren't you?
I just wanted to do that because, you know, for some reason everybody waits for me to walk by before they have their conversations.
You want me to do what?
Reroute the energy stabilizers. Wait 2 seconds and then purge them. The hit will cause the system to depolarize.
But I could burn out every circuit on this deck.
Kid, I know what this ship can and can't do.
All right.
Bison Squad, report to Walker Deck 2
Power restored
immediately.
in 3, 2, 1.
It worked!
Of course it worked. Now recalibrate that console, then get back here.
Alright, that was neat. Just take it very slow. Try to avoid triggering both conversations. Yes, this is right.
Do you see? It's just as I predicted.
Indeed. The nanites infesting the muscle are repairing the tissue even after it's separated from the body.
Apparently, he was captured and forced to endure biomechanical implants.
Private Mark Lorenzi, please report to Medical Bay 3.
Look at this. And this.
Why would they do that?
The procedure for attaching the implants is evidently quite traumatic. The subject must be kept alive by a combination of steroids and health packs.
How unfortunate.
Yes. Interesting.
Here's something I didn't expect.
Indeed.
Great, they have ambient dialogue too. The only people in the game who do.
Fascinating. It won't work, Jacobson. The exoskeleton is hardened tribinium.
Nonsense. These saws cut through marine body armor. Should have no trouble with this Strogg metal.
Oh.
Fascinating.
Yes. Yes, it is. I just have to press a little harder.
Lieutenant Roche, report to briefing room 8.
Well, that was underwhelming. I wonder how they got their hands on these guys without them disintegrating. They must have gotten shot specifically in the self-destruct module.
Not here. Not here either.
You looking for your glasses or something?
So, are they certain it's dead?
I was assured by Lieutenant Pierce it's completely dead.
You remember this morning? They told us that one was dead too.
That I'll never forget.
We had a rather unpleasant experience with our last Strogg cadaver. It attacked us.
Memorial services for Colonel West.
All higher brain functions have atrophied, which indicates the subject was incapable of independent thought. The transceiver located at the base of the skull shows almost all action was dictated by an external source. I believe for a short time after Stroggification, the subject was aware of his actions but was unable to control them. Chilling scenario, to say the least.
Jesus Christ. I have no mouth and I must scream. This seems important.
How about now?
Nope. It's at 54%.
Now?
74%.
Okay, what's the reading?
Now it's at 83%.
You're getting there.
Is it at least in the low 90s? Can't talk right now.
But the HB607 has internal compensators, and the XK1000 doesn't.
I know that. But if you'd read the manual, you'd know the XK1000 has primary and secondary converters.
What kind of converters?
Radcliffe 12s. They operate at 25 milliamps.
25 milliamps isn't nearly enough.
You're crazy. Maybe if you use a GMOS splitter, but those are highly unstable.
Could you be any more misinformed? GMOS is the wave of the future.
That's ludicrous. GMOS is a fad. Reformatable K-splitters will soon be the norm. I've got no time for talking.
Can't talk right now.
I feel like even if I was from whatever year this is, that wouldn't have made any sense to me.
Corporal Matthew Kane, the rest of the Rhino Squad has already arrived. The briefing will commence shortly.
Corporal, I'm a little preoccupied.
That's right, I am from Rhino Squad. I forgot about that.
Corporal, I'm a little preoccupied at the moment.
I think my wife might be cheating on me back home. At ease. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, we have seen him before. Never mind.
Looks like Kane made it back.
We're giving him shit, Dell. Kane's all right.
As you were. Rhino Squad, the following is highly classified and is not to be spoken of outside these walls. The death of the Macron couldn't have come at a better time. It's imperative we press that advantage, which is the reason for our next operation. Lieutenant Voss, take over.
Intelligence Division has discovered that the Strogg function through a massive communication system called the Nexus. With it, Strogg leaders can instantly send instructions to soldiers in the field. And although it's their strength, it's also their Achilles heel. Our target, known as the Hub, houses major communication lines to the Nexus. We will be escorting a convoy carrying an electromagnetic bomb to a sub-level of this building. The convoy will proceed to the designated position and detonate it. The blast will overload a device known as the Tetranode and effectively cut off the Strogg forces from the Nexus and therefore their commanders. To ensure success, 3 other squads will be escorting additional EMPs to the same location. Their convoys are codenamed War, Famine, and Pestilence.
Which means we are death.
Yeah, we're death. Any questions? The convoy will be deployed soon. Go to the armory and suit up. Dismissed.
Private Mark Lorenzi, please report to Medical Bay 3.
Wow. And we just learned that individual Strogg have no higher brain functions, which means once we cut off this network, they'll just stand around stupidly while we walk up and shoot them all in the head. I mean, if they've only recently been, what was it, Stroggified? We might even be able to remove the implants and save them.
You've surprised a lot of people today. You've stood shoulder to shoulder with Rhino Squad and survived. Congratulations.
Kane, when we first dropped on Strogos, I was certain you wouldn't last a day with the Rhino Squad. I am pleased to say, I was incorrect.
Just who are they gonna call in when the life of every man, woman, and child on Earth hangs in the balance? Rhino Squad, of course.
The Nexus sounds most intriguing. To be able to process the thoughts of billions of Strogg would require technology that is many generations beyond us.
Well, he's not wrong, even if he is kind of creepy.
Lieutenant Voss, report to briefing room 8.
You've done some good work today, Corporal. Lieutenant Voss had a feeling about you. Said you'd be trouble, but you'd be worth it. The lieutenant's never wrong.
Well, thank you, sir. I guess Sergeant is higher. Does anyone know why half the doors in this damn ship are jammed? Fair enough. I don't... Oh, a private first class. That must be what that is. I don't know exactly what that means. I've just heard that term before. Oh, for God's sake.
This guy, Sergeant Bidwell, has one guy thrown over his shoulder and is barking out orders as he blazes away with a rifle in his hand. The man was a freaking machine.
What squad was he with?
I'm not sure, but he was protecting some obnoxious computer tech.
Memorial services for Colonel Westmore will be held at 0800 hours.
Oh, for... I'm BurningDogFace. And I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play Quake 4. That's quite enough faffing around for one day, so let's get our gear, head out, and oh, it's still trying to get our gear, head out, and ruin some Strogg's days. Later!